Hey, Flo here. Hey, Sheesh. How you doing? SpongeBob. Let's do more bookbinding today. So first I'm going to pull out that book that I finished last time. I already know one problem it has, but I was too lazy to cover the book board with white paper, so I'll be able to see the back cover, or the back will look a little bit different. If you're wondering what all these scratches are, it's from my hike earlier today. I normally wear sleeves to keep the branches from scratching my arm, and I didn't do that today. So we got scratches all over. That's what you get when you go bushwhacking. Might do one last hike later this morning. My mom is going to be visiting for, I don't know, I don't remember how long she said, maybe 5 or 6 days, I don't know. Anyway, so I probably won't do my normal routines while she's here. Okay, so we got an actual error this time. I don't know exactly why that happened, but doesn't really surprise me because I was kind of having issues with this book when I was assembling it. Felt like it wasn't quite fitting, so we got a wrinkle right there and right here, which I probably could have prevented. Not sure exactly what happened there, but not too surprised. It's been a while since I've had a book with an error, so I guess it's kind of something different to show. Otherwise, besides that, it turned out good, but I actually don't really know why that happened. I think, actually, you know what? I think I do know why. It's because something in the dimensions, probably when I cut these boards a long time ago, I didn't get the right dimensions on there. I don't have my drawings accessible right now, so this is a bookbinding stream. Yeah, so that's unfortunate, but you know, sometimes that stuff happens, and it's probably because of a mistake that I did, you know, a long time ago. It's not something I did like a couple days ago. I think it's because I cut the boards the wrong size or something, which kind of makes me want to double check the next boards just to be safe. Let's see. I'm going to check them just for fun. Or I guess I could, let's see. I could check what I wrote on the paper and see if that matches up. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. What I might do is change the dimensions. I bet it's something that I haven't really encountered that much before, as far as really thick boards and that would sort of affect how those lay out. I don't know. Might change my overall math on these. No, it works fine. Like, you can see how much further in these the hinges are on a thin covered book. I'm not sure if that's the only factor. I don't know. I wish I knew what happened with that one so I could avoid it again. Yeah, it feels like I just didn't give the spine enough room. I wonder if Maybe I was just really tired and I didn't measure the spine properly. That's just weird. Let's see, spine equals... Maybe I just did the math wrong here. It's possible. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of up to chance randomly what color I choose. I kind of choose the colors to match the marble paper, and I have most of them I have chosen already in advance just to save time. So let's see, but eventually the chance will fall in favor of a dark color. Let's see. Yeah, I need to try to avoid whatever weirdness I did last time. I don't know what I did. I'm guessing I probably was just really tired and did the math wrong. I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay, so there's the magnet. Try to make a design like MCU characters. I do have one fabric with MCU characters on them, but I don't really like it that much. Sometimes the ones with characters on them just have bad layout design. Let's see. Okay. I wonder if... I don't know if I should back this with white paper or not. I'm probably fine, but I guess as long as the fabric isn't like super light, it should be okay. We'll just see how that turns out. All right, that's good. Yeah, I sort of feel like in the future I might take off a little bit more from the hinge area. I don't know, that's so weird. I'm just gonna have to hope that doesn't happen again because I don't know what it is. Maybe I should investigate just so I know what happened. I am quite curious. Let's see. 0.65 plus 0.1. Well, I can see one minor error. I don't know if it would be enough to make that difference. Doesn't seem like it would be. I might change my universal constant to 0.2 though. Just because of that. The spines have been relatively tight overall, so if I add just a little bit to the spine, less likely to have issues like that. Like this one is loose enough. All of these are loose enough, but they could be a little bit looser. There's like really almost no gap there. It's interesting how sometimes there's a bigger gap on one end of the book than the other. I don't necessarily know why. There's a lot of variables that can change. I think I'll feel better about avoiding that by adding just a tiny bit. pretty sure that's what caused it. It was a little bit too tight. Do you know how to write lettering? No, not really. When I was a kid, I liked to play around with kind of fake calligraphy. It wasn't like legit, proper, but I like to write with calligraphy pens and stuff, but not really. I don't never really learned how to do it properly. Let's see. I mean, I can write, you know, fake letters that look nice, but a person that actually was trained in calligraphy would know the difference. Okay. Yeah, I handwrite in my journal, and so I have pretty good handwriting, but I wouldn't want to write in calligraphy or something because it just takes too long. But it is it's a cool skill to have. But yeah, I probably wouldn't write on the books anyway, so I don't think it would really be very useful for the books. Let's see, 3.1. I guess if I customize them for somebody, like put their name on them, but I'm not really worried about trying to sell stuff, so. What is the required handwriting in the US? I don't know anymore, to be honest, because I was in school like many years ago. When I was in school, you had to learn cursive and regular writing, but I don't know what they do these days. Not sure. I'm guessing they don't really care as much as they used to because everybody has computers now and knows how to type, so I don't really know why it matters that much. But I don't actually know the answer to that. Let's see. When I'm writing, I write like half cursive and half printing. Not like mixed together, like I write separately either cursive or printing, and I kind of switch between them depending on my mood of that day. Here in the Philippines, most of the time regular. Yeah, I think it's easier to read. Like cursive is kind of hard to read, honestly. I don't see the purpose of cursive, really. I don't see the purpose in teaching it anyway. Not anymore. Now that, like, I can understand back in the old days before computers and smartphones and stuff, but these days I don't see the purpose. Did it again. I forgot to get the post-it note out. It's crazy. I'll probably never remember that. Okay, flap gap. Not sure if I'll finish this book tonight or not. I sort of want to try to get out for a hike this morning because my mom's coming later today. So I don't want to like go too late with this live stream to make it so I don't have time to get out somewhere. But maybe we'll finish the book. We'll see. I don't know. .2. Now I need to check what fabric I have set up for this one. C118. Okay, let me check. Probably gonna stay up all night tonight. Like I can't seem to get on a normal schedule, but since my mom's visiting, I want to try to be like sleeping at a normal time and waking up at a normal time so that not asleep the whole time she's here. Okay, 118. Oh, you got your wish. It's a dark one. So I don't know if I can find it. I'll be right back. I have to look for this fabric. I have to have I don't have air conditioning where I live, and I have to have the window open to, like, at night to cool it off. Otherwise, the next day it'll get hot way too fast and it'll be unbearably hot inside. So I don't think that's it. I'm gonna pull that aside just in case. And problem with that is, since it's still smoky outside from that fire, and so I'm letting the smoke inside, which kind of sucks, but I don't know what's worse, a little bit of smoke or ridiculously hot temperature inside tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna tolerate a little bit of smoke, and yeah, that's what I chose so far. I do have some air filters I can turn on tomorrow to help with the smoke if it seems like too much. Hey, Kale? Is it Kale or Kyle? Kale? Yeah, I'm doing bookbinding. I'm looking for cover material. That's why I'm not close to the camera right now. I'll be there in just a minute. A couple minutes, whatever. Of course, it's not anywhere. It's like all the way in the bottom, probably. Really need a better way to dig through my fabrics. They're just stacked on top of each other, so I can't really access the ones on the bottom very well. It's kind of annoying. I'm just gonna start pulling everything out, looking for it, I guess. Sucks. That means I have to put it all back. Can't believe I haven't found it yet. It's ridiculous. It never takes this long. It's the most evasive fabric on earth. Oh, what a mess. That might be it. Oh, it's a nice view, that last stream. Thanks, man. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the very last one that I did yesterday, but it was a cool view, but there was massive smoke, which in some respects it actually looks cool with the smoke, but because it adds a dimension, kind of dimensions, but okay, it might be this one, but I'm trying to figure out Looks like it might be this one, which I don't really have a lot of this fabric, but it should be enough. Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. Do. Yeah, I'm kind of switching between bookbinding and hikes and stuff, but I've been reading the Bible usually when I'm out hiking. I read the Bible, so it's kind of partly about the IRL thing and then partly about reading stuff. So let's see. I don't think I need to put paper on this. I don't think that will really show up any more than these, so it's probably fine. And I think this will be big enough. It should be. Yeah, it'll be big enough. Okay, so we'll just need to get fabric thickness times 4, which is a very small amount. You can probably look up one of the previous books that had this same kind of fabric. Although, looks like I didn't do it on that one. This one's missing the notes. 0.15. Okay, so 0.15 and 0.2. I'll go with that since it should be the same as that pretty much. Okay. Spine equals 3.1 plus 0.15 plus 0.2. So that's 3.25, 3.45. Flap gap equals 2.2 plus 0.2 is just 6 fabric plus, can't remember what that one is, 0.5. .2 plus 0.2 is 2.4 plus 0.5 is 2.9. All right. These may need adjustment over time, but it's worked okay, except for that last one. I think I just did something really strange. I think I made a mistake. Not totally sure exactly what the mistake was, but something didn't work. Okay. Spine 3.45. I don't see my box of jig thingies. There they are. So 3.45. And 2.9. Tend to forget to put these away. Probably some others hiding on my desk somewhere. Here's that little trick that I remembered last time. It's not super ideal. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I can use this one. Trade sides on the ruler so I can cut with my right hand, which is what I'm more used to and better at, so. Oh, like looking for that and it's right in front of my face. Probably won't, well, actually, never mind. I can definitely use this part here for a small book. I like making small books. Like, for example, here's the smallest one I've made so far. So I definitely can keep that. Otherwise, it wouldn't be big enough for a normal sized book. All right, so I can put these away for a bit. Some fabrics have, well, most fabrics have a good side and a bad side, but I think this stuff is kind of the same on both sides, more or less. But it looks actually like this side is a little bit lighter, yeah. So I'll make that darker side the outside. So I should have paid attention to that earlier. I just didn't even really think about it. Okay. Yeah, I haven't decided where I'm going to go this morning if I go on a hike. Probably somewhere that's not too hard to get to, because I need to be able to get back quickly if my mom is about to get here or something. I guess the edge of that glue paper, the, what do you call this stuff? Heat and Bond Ultra Hold is what it's called. Anyway, the edge of that is apparently not straight, or this fabric is terribly not straight. One or the other. I'll figure it out in a minute. It's probably this stuff that's not straight, because I don't necessarily make that square. I'm just kind of lining it up with the fabric from the previous book, which may or may not be straight. Oh, that's weird. Completely moved the ruler, but oh shoot, I see where, okay, yeah. All right, well, hopefully that's not too much off. I can probably work with it. But ideally, I shouldn't do that. Okay, that's kind of, those kind of goofy things are why I give myself a little bit extra space. There's usually little something like that that goes on. All right, so let's make sure that this matches up. Should be fine, but I'm gonna cut just a tiny bit off this side so that I can be sure. That should do it. And hopefully I gave myself enough extra that that moving ruler that I just did isn't going to be a problem. I think it's probably fine. And then I need a piece of rice paper. I wish that heat and bond ultra hold glue paper stuff was transparent like this, or translucent, because it's a lot easier to mark the cuts or see what's underneath, I guess. Alright, try not to move it this time. I just moved it a little bit, but let's see. Usually I try to move my hand. I guess I'm not doing very good with that today. But like I'll cut that side and then I'll move my hand over to this side just so that I'm holding it where I'm applying the most pressure. But I guess I'm a little bit disoriented or sloppy today for some reason. It'll be fine. Thankfully, these steps they don't have to be perfect. Okay, there's all three things. The other thing I need to decide is what color the inner fabric will be. So probably, oh, excuse me. I could actually use the same fabric as the cover, but oftentimes I do something different. Pretty much all the time. But there wouldn't be anything wrong with using this same fabric for the inside. Let's see, or I could do something yellow. Something that's kind of yellowish actually would make sense just because the ribbon is yellow and I got yellow here. But, I don't know, let me see if I have anything obvious that stands out. Yeah, I don't know if Sheesh is still here, but this is the fabric that I have that's the MCU, or not MCU, but comic book characters. But it's kind of cool, but it's a little bit busy too. Like it has a lot going on, but it's kind of nice, I guess. I also have a Batman one and a few others, but I'm not going to use it on this one, obviously. Okay. It's so annoying that I had to dig so deep into this fabric bin. I really need a better solution for getting to the bottom of the thing. Could use that one. This one has yellow in it. I wonder if there's anything that would make that make sense. It would work, but I don't think I'll use it. I like the inside cover just to be something not too busy, I guess. I might just use the same fabric I used for the cover, the outside. I don't think I don't really have much yellow stuff, honestly. Yellow's kind of an obnoxious color in some ways. It's just too bright. I think I actually have some just like solid yellow, but I'd have to dig all the way to the bottom. That's pretty much the last thing I want to do right now. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, so it must be all the way on the bottom of my bin, and that's just a real pain to get to. I do not like this magnet attachment for the microphones. I don't know. It doesn't stay upright, like it can just keep rotating around, and it's not very effective. I don't like it. Oh yeah, so I guess I'll use that same fabric that I used on the cover, if I can find it. I don't know where I put it now. Yeah, of course, I have no clue where I threw it. I just threw it over here somewhere. That's annoying. Could use black too, I don't know. Maybe I will use black just because I see where the black is, and black will match anything, and I don't know. I don't know where I put that other fabric right now, so. Should work. Okay, this time I'll try not to make it like ridiculously huge, like I did on the last book. I should try this white pencil. Might actually work for this. Sweet. It's awesome. That is really cool, actually. Didn't know. Never used those for anything. I didn't know if they'd actually show up on dark stuff. That's pretty handy. Okay. Okay, same thing as before. I wonder if I have any scraps that are big enough. That'd be awesome. This is like almost big enough. I wonder if I could make that work. Is this that? That's the size of it. Yeah, that should work. Sweet. It's nice to use scraps. That's why I keep them, just in case. Very nice. All right. Just need a piece of rice paper and then I'm ready to do all this stuff. What? Oh, yeah, another reason I can't be out too long tomorrow is I haven't really cleaned up yet for my mom coming. I should have done that today, or just like right now, but I think I'll wait till the last second just so I can do a few more things. Okay, so I need to get my iron. Yeah, it's kind of weird when you're a live streamer, like how, like, because it's, well, in the case of most people like myself, it's not like a job or anything, it's just a hobby, and so when you hang out with people or people visit or whatever, you can't really do all that stuff because nobody else, I mean, most friends and family or just people in general aren't into the whole live streaming thing, so it's kind of something I do on my own, so I can't really do it when other people are around. Which is fine, like it's kind of nice just to take a break, but if I'm, like the thing that I would prefer not to take a break from, if possible, is the Bible reading, because I want to keep that going and not like somehow get lazy with it or something. I was gonna do this earlier and I forgot. I want to fix my camera. It's kind of a little bit angled in. I can't see the edge of the table, which I don't need to see the total edge, but there, it's a little bit better. Hey, Mind. Thanks for the well wishing on the stream. Okay. I need to get an extension for my earbuds. I don't really like, I have some Bluetooth earbuds that I could wear and just not have to worry about that stuff, but I don't really like the Bluetooth ones that much. They're okay. Would be nice not to have to worry about being tethered and stuff. By the way, you guys probably already saw, because it's such a small community, but my friend Gives a Minute created an account on Soulbound, so go say hi to him and support his stream if you're interested in his content. I don't know how often he'll stream or whatever, but yeah, we've been friends for about 5 years now, because we both started on DLive a long time ago. So I told him about Soulbound, and so he'll be streaming on Soulbound now, but he does the same thing as me. He multi-streams on a bunch of platforms. Okay. This fabric has a massive crease in it, so I'm hoping I can get that all worked out. Shouldn't be a problem. That's what Steam is for. Not talking about the gaming platform, but on the iron. Yeah, it's a very persistent crease in there. I might actually have to spray it. Let's see. I think I've used this feature of... Oh, it is spraying. I couldn't see it. Okay, it comes out in a weird direction. Flip this one because I really want to make sure to get that out of there, otherwise it will show up on the book. Ideally, fabric shouldn't be folded. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of the standard way to make it smaller, to fit in smaller spaces, but like at the fabric store, unless you buy it in these little folds like I did, usually it's in rolls, and that's like to keep from creating these creases. I mean, I don't know if that's why. It's kind of what I think the reason is, but anyway. But yeah, these little smaller things came in these little folded format, and because of that, they have kind of almost permanent folds sometimes. Hey, Sodium. I have no idea what you mean. A real streamer would work well. I don't know what that means. Oh, steamer. Yeah, definitely, you're right. I was like, am I not a real streamer? Yeah, I've never had a steamer. That would be nice. I totally thought you wrote streamer. It's like, well, I guess so. somebody else would do it better than me, I'm sure. I don't actually consider myself a real streamer, to be honest, so I don't actually, even if that's what you wrote, I wouldn't take offense to it, because yeah, I'm not really a real streamer. I'm just a hobbyist that does it just for fun, so. Haven't used a real iron in a while. Nice. So do you have a steamer? Like I don't iron anything. Like I have, you know, clothes that I could iron if I wanted to look all professional or something, but I just don't care. I guess if I worked in a place where I had to wear like a dress shirt or something and dress pants, which I would hate. I can't stand wearing fancy clothes. But if I worked in a place like that, I would probably iron my clothes. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. They're cheap. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're cheap from my perspective. When you don't have any money, kind of everything feels expensive. But plus you would need something that's, I would need something that's kind of big, because I have to iron these, you know, pieces of fabric that can sometimes be kind of large. I don't know how big those things are. Actually, one thing I really want to get eventually is a heat press, because there's some of the other crafting that I do, it would be beneficial to have one of those, but those are kind of expensive. Yeah, anyway, I don't do enough of this kind of stuff to justify buying like more equipment, really. But I think this is good enough. I need to wear dress shirts and pants to family events and church events. Only reason I steam iron my clothes. Nice. Yeah, most churches these days, like, I don't know where you live or whatever, what culture you're part of, but in the US, most churches are very relaxed. Like back in my parents' generation, everybody wore like nice clothes to church, but these days, most people don't. Like you can even just wear a t-shirt and shorts or something. But like, of course, like a wedding or something like that, you would normally dress up for. I don't really go to a lot of weddings though, because I don't really know anybody. I don't know, I guess I have nieces and nephews and I've missed out on their weddings because they live across the country and I unfortunately can't afford plane tickets and stuff. You're not wearing a t-shirt to a church, yeah. It's kind of a personal conviction thing too. Like even if churches these days allow whatever, which I think they should allow whatever, because there's nothing in the Bible that talks about wearing fancy clothes to please God or whatever. But yeah, even if it's okay, like each person has different like convictions and ideas about what they want to do. I'm a very informal person, so it works for me. I don't feel bad about it. I'm about as informal as a person as you can imagine. Like I don't shave very often, so my face looks like a mess, and I don't wear fancy clothes, and yeah, I'm very laid back. In some cultures, it's just almost like unacceptable to wear casual clothes to church or other events. Seen some pastors on YouTube be wearing t-shirt and jeans, giving sermons. Yeah, it's pretty common these days. I like the idea of it because it kind of makes, you know, people, outsiders, feel welcome and comfortable. Like, if you feel like you have to wear fancy clothes to go to church, then you're less likely to go to church. So, and I think it's important for people to feel comfortable and welcome. And so yeah, I like the casual movement. Like my parents and like older people don't really like it. They think that people should wear nice clothes to church, but to me it makes a lot of sense, the change that happened. And it's one of those that, like, some changes are bad, like don't change things just to fit the culture, but that one, like, I don't really see any biblical support for the idea of wearing fancy clothes to church. God isn't impressed by the outside. God judges the heart, not the appearances of man. And he also actually condemns the scribes and Pharisees because they only wash the outside and not the inside, and he actually criticizes them for wearing fancy clothes. So if anything, I think it's actually more biblical to not worry about such things, but each of us has different convictions, so don't wear that fancy stuff, mostly polo shirts and khaki. Yeah, I have like a couple of nice shirts. I actually have quite a few like button-down shirts because I worked in a place that required like a button shirt. It didn't have to be like a white dress shirt, but just like some kind of button shirt. It was like a retail job, so I actually have a lot of those. I just don't like wearing anything that resembles dress clothes. I just feel like I belong in Hawaii or something. I kind of have that very casual attitude. T-shirts a no, though. Yeah, no worries. I'm not trying to change your mind about it or anything. Okay, there we go. Then there's like certain cultures, like I've noticed that Russian churches and Ukrainian churches, I used to live in Portland, and they had some churches from those people from those countries, and I think Romanian churches are the same. Seems like everybody at those churches dresses really nice, still, like even in modern times. Okay, this is resisting me for some reason. Oh, there we go. Wearing Hawaiian shirts every day wouldn't be too bad. Would feel like you're on vacation every day. Yeah, I like them. They're usually pretty comfortable. I have one shirt that is like a Hawaiian shirt, but I don't know. I'm just not a button shirt kind of guy. I probably could get used to it, but I've always been kind of a t-shirt guy. I think a lot of people would probably judge me by my clothing, so I look pretty sloppy most of the time. I'm not too worried about what people think about my appearance. What's this book for? It doesn't really have a specific purpose. I just like making them, so I keep making them. Eventually, if I have like kind of a bunch of them made, I'll probably throw them online. A site like Etsy, but probably not Etsy because I don't really like Etsy anymore. But yeah, eventually I'll sell a few of them. But I don't know if you've been here when I've talked about it before, but it's not profitable at all, so I'm not really that interested in selling them. It's just, you know, get a few dollars here and there, it'd be helpful, I guess. I'm disappointed with that last one though, that something went wrong. hope that doesn't happen again. I haven't had that happen in a long time. Because I would never sell a book like that had some issue with it. I would just use it myself, which I've got no problem using books that have like little errors or whatever. It actually has some really good paper in it, I just noticed, so I probably will use that one next for my next sketchbook journal thing. What's the glue smell like? It doesn't really have a smell. Yeah, like this PVA glue, I mean, it has a very slight glue smell, but it's very almost scent-free. Like it's not something that you'd notice unless you have a really strong sense of smell. And this glue, it's like a melting kind. It's kind of like hot glue. It's probably very similar chemical composition to hot glue, just in a sheet form, and I don't really smell anything. If anything, I just smell like a little bit of heat, you know, rising from the fabric and the paper and stuff, so I might just be smelling essentially the paper getting hot. I don't really notice any smell, which is nice. You know, I don't really like strong chemical smells, so it's nice that it doesn't have anything like that. So do you use your steamer for your clothes, or do you use it for some kind of hobby or something? All right, that's good. Next. Freezer when ice is over. Lost me on that one. Okay, let's see. Some steam on this one. Steamer is the better than a heat gun when used for that purpose. Yeah, I would imagine so. Be more even across, as long as it's like a good quality and doesn't like have hot spots or something like that. But irons are cheap. I think I got this iron for like $5 or something crazy. It was very cheap. And they work just fine. Right, there we go. This takes a little bit longer, maybe. It would be hard to, I don't know. I actually don't even know if I know what a steamer looks like. I think, yeah, I'm not sure. If it's something that's covered though, you kind of need to be able to see, you know, if it's done its job yet. I guess you could just put it under there for a certain amount of time that you've predetermined is adequate or something. I don't know. I have no idea how those things work. I'd have to look at Google Images to see what they are really. I know what a heat press looks like, but no, that's not the same, I don't think. Okay, now take it easy. Hey, thanks for dropping by. Alright. That's weird. What is that? It's like this area there that looks different. I wonder if the, actually I have no idea what that is. It just looks weird right there. Anyway, it's not gonna matter. Kind of thinking maybe the glue part got pulled up with the backing sheet or something right there, and maybe that's why it looks strange. That's my only possible theory of what that is. Let's see, how long have I been going? A little over an hour, yeah. I don't know if I'm making good time or not. I think I'm making better time than one of the books I did recently. I was just like going really slow. I think it was because I was talking to somebody, I don't remember who about what. I think it was that one where MK was here and we were talking about a bunch of random stuff. I was going slower because I can't have thoughtful conversations about deep things without like getting distracted. Yeah, I think I'm probably going faster than that time, but I don't know. Not necessarily super efficient. Iron off as soon as I'm done with it. Gotta always make sure to make a point of that. Alright, so all the stuff is ready. Ugh, shouldn't have put that up there like that, that was dumb. It's not gonna affect anything, but just need a better spot, like a flat area I can put things like this. If I felt like it mattered, I could always iron it again or something, but I don't think it needs it. Yeah, it's annoying not to have a longer cord for my earbuds because they're like literally stretched to the max just standing here. So if I have to like reach for anything, I have to take them out constantly. Okay, where's my stuff? Oh, I want to make sure the dark side is, I don't know which side, where I want it, but I want it to be in a certain spot, I guess. I think that's how I want it. doesn't really matter, I guess, but I just wanted to make a decision about it, I guess, whether it matters or not. Probably not really, but so this goes like that, and this goes like that. Oh, where's my stuff? Where's my jig? I guess one reason to want to have that thing flat on the bottom is since it's not flat, it's sort of like pushing up these pieces, so they're like kind of moving around, which is a little bit annoying. So that would be one reason to take the time to make sure it's flat. I guess hopefully I'll remember that scenario and like not just throw it up somewhere, but place it down as it's drying or cooling, I guess, from the ironing. Put it somewhere where it's gonna lay flat. Kind of amazed this rotary cutter tool hasn't dulled after all this time. I've been using the same one and I've never changed the blade. It just seems to kind of last forever. All right, here's where I really need to hold it so it doesn't move. Be more careful. Might give us a quick iron before I put it together. I don't think it matters. It just makes me feel more comfortable with dealing with it, I guess. Now, where did I put the other one? I guess I don't really care about the other one yet, but I don't want to lose it. There it is. Okay. Okay, so should I iron this? I might do a quick. I mean, it's pretty like whacked out. Doesn't have any creases though, so that's really all that actually matters. I just think it'll be easier to deal with if it's not just a weird shape. Oh, try to make this quick though. Nice if my iron was still hot enough, but I think it cools down pretty quick. That's pretty much all it takes though. Pretty fast. It still had a little bit of heat in it. Okay, that'll work. Still curving a little bit. I don't know why it's maybe they always do that, but I feel like this one's doing it more. I think I used a higher heat than I normally do when I was ironing it, possibly. That's maybe why it's doing that. Shouldn't have any major effect on the book unless it's so strong that it actually makes the book boards curl, but I can't imagine it would be that strong. Shouldn't present a problem, I don't think. Okay, so let's make sure to get these in the right spot again. Use the mixed glue for these. So this is like half PVA, half methyl cellulose paste, but it really should be more like 60% methyl cellulose. I kind of mixed the ratio a little bit wrong, but it's not going to matter that much. It's just the only thing it affects is how sticky it is. Don't really like this brand of glue that I'm using currently for the PVA either. It's a little bit too fluid or liquidy, I guess. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I know Sodium isn't here to hear this, but just to clarify, this glue has a slight smell, pretty much like Elmer's glue, that same kind of smell, but maybe even less than that. It's very It's not a super strong smell. It's not an irritating smell. It's just kind of that weak glue smell that most people could probably recognize if they smelled it. Oh, I did forget something though. I always forget something. Forgot to cut the little piece of paper to join between the back and the front, but thankfully that doesn't take very long to do, so it's not going to be too big of a problem that I didn't do it in advance. Kind of wish I could use a roller, but one guy that I learned a little bit from YouTube on YouTube uses a tiny paint roller for this step, which saves a lot of time and makes a nice consistent layer. But what I found with that, it's very annoying to wash the roller between uses because this glue dries very quickly, so you can't just like leave it on the roller. You have to wash it in between uses. And if you've ever tried to wash a paint roller, like when you're using it with paint or anything, it's not any easier. It might be harder with glue. It just takes an immense amount of water and it's very frustrating. So you waste crazy amounts of water. You also waste massive amounts of glue because the glue gets like saturated into the sponge of the roller or whatever. And so it's just, I don't like that, doing it that way for those reasons. But it has that one benefit of being faster to apply. But you waste a crazy amount of glue doing it that way. Should do something about this earbud cord though. It's totally annoying. I'm constantly in my way. Apparently the moth likes the glue smell, or it's just, maybe not, just random doing moth things. I hope it doesn't land in the glue, because then I'll be stuck and I'll have to deal with it. think I'm going faster on this one than some of the other ones that I did. The more I do this in like regularly, the more I remember how I used to do it, and like I do it a little bit faster, but it's kind of negligible. Like it's not like ridiculously faster. It still takes forever, but less distractions. I do a little bit faster. Okay, that's ready. And I need to cut that piece of paper. Hopefully this would be nice if this was the right size. Looks like it is, so that's good. Should be pretty fast. Actually using the grid once. I pretty much never use it. I used to use it more, and I realized it could save me a little bit of time with markings and stuff. I don't know, just not always thinking about that stuff, but it is a nice tool. I think I'll use straight PVA on this particular piece. Pretty much just use the mixture for the large pieces, the three bookboard panel things. Everything else, try to use 100% PVA just so I can be sure it's going to stick good. I also need to, no, I can wait. I need to cut that piece of fabric, but I always get it. Lately I've been figuring, I can't even talk. Lately I've been thinking of doing it at the wrong time, so I just need to wait till the very end. I don't really have a paper towel or napkin here. That's annoying. I need to get one. surprised I don't have one. I normally do. I think that drawing that I was doing before kind of throws off what supplies I have up on the table, because I use napkins or paper towels for that too, and then I kind of take them away or move them around. Okay, let me go grab a napkin or something. I also didn't refill my little water where I can wipe my finger off, and that's useful. Okay, next, need to cut the corners. Okay, and I can start gluing the whole thing. It's not wanting to stick very well. It's really annoying. Mega powers. Need to push it into the core of the earth, then it might stay. I don't know why it's not sticking very well. Put quite a bit of glue on there. I don't think I put too much in it. Certainly didn't put too little. I don't know. It's weird. It's just not. It's not staying very good. That's one disadvantage of using thick boards. It's really hard to get these corners stuck. I actually really want to try making books with metal covers because I have a bunch of galvanized steel metal stuff that I can play around with. Actually, Dollar Tree. Some Dollar Trees have, like, you know, baskets up near the front, or just discounted stuff that they, like, I don't know if they just can't sell it or it's not, the season is past or something. But like, I went to a Dollar Tree a while ago that had little metal decorative things, just like small pieces of sheet metal that were cut into different shapes and stuff, and they're 25 cents each, so I bought a ton of them because I figured I could eventually either use them for book covers or just some other thing, because I'm always doing something, either maker or crafting kind of stuff, so kind of anxious to try those with something since I have a bunch of them now. Put a little extra glue on this area this time to see if that helps. Problem is, I don't really have a strategy that I've dreamed up necessarily to connect stuff with metal. Like, I don't know, maybe some glues would like stick to metal. Like I have that E9000, I think it's called, that sticks to kind of everything. So if that stuck to metal, then I guess that would be the solution. Hot glue might work, I don't know. But I would want it, if I'm having to connect something to the metal, it either needs to be sewn on with like holes drilled in the metal, or I need some glue that will stick to metal. And like, I want it to be very permanent, not like, I mean, maybe it would stick for a while and then come off. That's not acceptable, so it needs to stay basically forever. Might have just waited too long to press down initially on that last one. And just already, the glue might have already started to dry enough that by the time I got to it, it was just not sticking very well. Okay. Almost done. How long have I been streaming? Almost 2 hours. I don't know if I'm going faster than before or not. Maybe a little bit, but not like significantly, because it seems like... actually, I think that is a better time. If I finish the cover in 2 hours, it's not bad. Some of those streams I was going exceptionally slow because of the trying to remember stuff, and then also conversation. Today's quiet, so no distractions. Not that I mind distractions, because that's what live streaming is all about. It's talking to people. Some of this stuff where the glue isn't like sticking like as well as I would like, it's partially because of that brand of glue too that's very liquidy. It's not as good a glue as the stuff that I get from Talus, which is like a company that makes stuff for bookbinding. I'll never buy that brand again, but I have a bunch of it, so I don't want to just like throw it away. Or it works, it's just not nearly as effective. I had to guess, though, I would say that's probably the biggest factor that why I'm having more difficulty with this. Since this glue is water-based, if you get a glob on it somewhere, you can generally just very quickly, if you have some water nearby, just kind of rub water over it and it'll clean it off pretty well. Okay, there's the cover. To do this. That's not the right piece. I'm like, that's not big enough. What is going on? I made a black one. I have to find it. I don't know where I put it. If it fell on the floor or something, I have no idea where I put it. Oh, come on. It's gotta be just like up here somewhere. It's weird. Time for flashlight. I have a really dark room besides like where my desk is, so I can't really see anything. So if it's like not on the table, it's too dark to see. Plus it's black and that doesn't help. Okay. Where in the world did it go? Senseless. Oh, here it is. Okay. brush is getting dry. Should have washed it somewhere in between there, but this is the last. Well, no, it's not quite the last thing. Maybe I'll wash it after I do this, just so that it's not all crusty for the last step. Problem with completely black fabric that has no pattern whatsoever on it, it's just, you know, completely straight black, is that any kind of flaws show up on it. Didn't get it super straight for some reason. It looks straight on the end, but I should have, I guess if I remember right, to do that next time, I should check on this end before I commit to the putting it all the way down, because it has a bigger gap there than it does down here. So either I may have actually cut it not perfectly square, or just something about it didn't lay down exactly where I wanted, but I could have like pulled the whole thing off and like redid it, but I just decided to let it be. It's not that huge of a deal. It's just one of those things that bugs me. Anything I do that isn't like 100% perfect kind of annoys me, but it's probably fine. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my brush so I don't have trouble on the very last step. Oh, it's hot water. Woo! Okay, should be good. All right, here's hoping I got all the measurements right this time. I don't know what happened last time, but it was annoying. That little crooked thing on the black fabric here isn't, no one's going to notice. I can't even really see it. It's an insignificant error, so that's good. Mainly because the colors are so similar that it will take a very keen eye to even know to look for something like that. Much less actually notice it. I like that it's a dark color too. It just like adds really nice contrast to this normal paper and sheet. I'm glad I chose it. I mean, it's probably true that I could always use black for the inside flap and it would probably always look good, but I usually think about it a little bit more than that and choose a color that complements what I did with the rest of the book. Okay, that's ready. I may try going back to putting a paper loop in the spine. I don't know, I haven't decided, but something I did in the past, but I didn't really feel like it was necessary, but I might try it again just to have a base comparison. I know what advantages it would provide, but it's not super crucial for the kind of books that I make. This one could actually have a problem, and I sort of anticipated it a little bit earlier. I didn't say anything, but some of the papers that I use for marble paper actually stretch when they get wet, and I'm a little bit concerned this might be one of those. I don't use this paper anymore, and so I don't remember. It looks like it's stretching, like getting all massively long and wrinkly, so we might have a major issue with this. Kind of similar to what happened with the last book, but yeah, we'll see. I think this paper is quite problematic. I've only used it a couple times, and I just kind of had a flashback of, I think this might be that stuff. We'll see. I might get lucky, but I wouldn't be surprised if I have an issue. It's kind of only two kinds of paper that I use for marble paper anymore, just because I know some of these issues that I'll have later. I actually kind of prefer just to use watercolor paper for it, because that stuff doesn't really have any of these weird issues. But yeah. I'll definitely close nice. That's good. So all the measurements for the flap capper actually looks perfect. I'm guessing the spine will also be fine. It's just if that marble paper stretches in a weird way, then it might bunch up at the spine. We'll see. Overall, it looks really nice though. I like this design. Yeah, it could have some issues with the end sheet near the spine. Okay, so I just need to get some wax paper and felt wrapped around it and then ready to dry, ready to put in the book press. Might try, in this case, because I don't have a thick fabric junk in there, I'm gonna try without the felt inside the covers. I think that would actually be better in this case. Yeah, I'm glad I put the purple on there too. That's kind of what I was thinking might happen. The black would be wrapped around mostly until the flap, so the flap has some contrast. It looks kind of interesting. Overall, this is a really good design that I'm going to be happy with. I think as long as it doesn't have any weird issues when it's drying, which I think it'll be okay. I just don't know. Let's see. Kind of nice how it just suddenly comes together, like all those steps, you know, add up to a completed thing. It feels like it's taking forever, and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm done. It just kind of wraps up all of a sudden. Kind of just appears suddenly that like, oh, I'm done. That means I'm about to end the stream as soon as I get this in the book press. Because if I'm going to go on a hike this morning, I want to start getting ready for that so I don't get too late of a start. Alright, I'm going to hope for the best on this one. I have a hunch there could be a weird issue on the spine and sheets because of that weird marble paper that I used, but we'll see. I just hope that it works out. I think there's a good chance it'll work, but like there's also a slight chance that it could have an issue. I'm just hoping that it won't, but won't know until a day or two later when I pull this out of there. Might even be like a week later, because if I'm not doing this while my mom is here, it might not get back to it for a few days. All right, that is all tight as I can get it. And I'll just let it dry for however long. Okay, I'm all done. So I guess I will catch you all later. Thanks for joining me, if anybody was lurking. Pretty soon I'm gonna not do these particular books anymore. It looks like I have 2 more that I can do, so maybe 2 more streams or 1 long one. But it'll be a week before I even stream again. So after the hikes that I do this morning, theoretically, that I probably won't stream for a while because my mom's going to be here unless I see if she wants to do some Bible reading with me or something like that. But otherwise, I will do the hiking a little bit later today, and then take some time off. So I will catch you all later. Thanks for joining me.